तो एक तो याद में और अच्छा लगता है सब। भले मुझे खांसी होती है, मैं खांसी की परवाह नहीं करती हूँ। अभी देखना खांसी नहीं आएंगी, पर मैं उसको कुछ कहती हूँ, मानती नहीं है खांसी। भाई शांति में बैठ के तो शांत रहो ना, नहीं होती तो मैं थकती नहीं, छोड़ दो। तो पुरुषार्थ में अथक, कुछ भी हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए, सब अच्छा है। हमारी दृष्टि, वृत्ति, भावना, भावना अनुसार दृष्टि, दादी भावना अनुसार दृष्टि वृत्ति होती है। यज्ञ बाबा का है, सेवा बाबा की है, यज्ञ की। भले सेवा का फल मुझे मिलता है, पर सेवा यज्ञ की बेहद की करने से कोई हद नहीं, कोई भाव स्वभाव नहीं। न कई भाव स्वभाव में, थोड़ा भी भाव स्वभाव में हम आई, किसी के भाव स्वभाव का मेरे को असर हुआ, या मेरे भी कोई स्वभाव का और किसी को फायदा नहीं है, उस असर नहीं है, ऐसा कोई स्वभाव है जो मेरे से कोई फायदा नहीं ले सकते हैं, तो दोष किसका? हमारी भावना का। मेरी आपके लिए भावना है, तो मुझे लगता है सभी को प्यार लगता है। प्यार मांगने से नहीं मिलता है, प्यार देने से मिलता है। ये भी कोई हिसाब किताब है, सूक्ष्म हिसाब किताब है।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is step 22. The story of immortality, Raj Yoga, the study and practice of timeless truths. Regain lost spiritual power. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Return to self-sovereignty. So it's a return journey for the soul who is immortal. Dadi Janki also said, don't be tired. Actually, return journey should be with lot of enthusiasm because we are going home. But I don't know how many of you experience that even internally there is enthusiasm to reach home, but there is also tiredness, right? You go 3 days on vacation. I know we used to go a lot. Now we go to peaceful age. And when we are returning, we all used to be so tired. So this is return journey. So internally, yes, we know because we are tired here, we want to go home. We have to reclaim our self-sovereignty. And also we are, after that, we will have world sovereignty, or we will go to the world, golden aged world, where there is love and comfort and nature is beautiful, harmony. Right? So we know all that. But still, it's like we have traveled so much. So not getting tired, and tiredness could be from the obstacles which come. And obstacles could be, there could be in the mind some kind of, whatever we had been really working on. But Dadi Janki gave very good, I like the yukti, that bhavna towards everyone should be very good. Because if bhavna is not there, then we get caught up in someone's nature, someone's ways, the way they say some things. But also I like this aspect that try to see that I don't lose bhavna towards anyone so that they can take benefit from me. Benefit in the sense of, whether it's friendship, companionship, or whatever way, there is some inspiration they get from me. But if I lose bhavna, then they won't be able to take benefit. So it's not that I don't have to get caught up into one's nature or feelings, but also I should be able to be such bhavna that everyone can benefit from my presence. So there could be very subtle obstacles. And we do say, oh, I'm fed up with this situation. I'm fed up with this person. I don't know what to do with this one. I don't know. It does happen. I remember that few times in Murli when Baba says, even Dadi Janki said she's not fed up with her cough, right? It's drama, right? Brahma Baba used to have so much cough, so much cough. I don't know, it is with the age of the body or whatever. Throat becomes very sensitive. So Brahma Baba used to, and that he will continue with his Murli. Stop for a minute or two, then continue, then stop, then continue. So it does happen with the body also. It has certain things where I could just say, now I can't manage with this body. So in the end, Baba start calling cough as his friend, that she's my friend, so that there is compromise, not tired. So obstacles, these are the obstacles from body. But we have to keep using body. Baba's service, so Baba also definitely will help. Or same could be externally from nature, or in wealth, relationships. So tiredness is only when there are obstacles. But we should always remember, still we have certain karmic accounts to settle. So keep increasing Baba's remembrance and keep settling. So we have another, today is 22nd, so another 8 days for this journey. So every day the homework which we get is taking it into further another step if we practicing. And then 8 days we will know that did I really make it to claim my self-sovereignty? Did I reach to that stage where I know that my mind, my intellect, or attitude, drishti, all these subtle powers are governing? Am I the master? And I really like when they say one of the ways to don't change your bhavna towards person. So also we have to look into, really it's good topic of self-sovereignty. So we have to be tireless, because we are about to reach now. One of the song in Murli used to be, days are not far. We're not far from destination. A lot of people give up when they are about to reach, right? They say, I can't make it anymore. I can't. It could be in yoga, it could be in knowledge, or even service sometimes. That Baba says, no. You have to continue. You have to reach to your destination. And Baba is waiting. We have to all go together with Baba. So, because drama doesn't get tired, right? The time and the cycle keeps moving, keeps moving, keeps moving, another day, another week, another month, right? So somewhere we have to have that, create that friendship. Whatever happens, smilingly, lightly, observe it, and we know it will go, right? It will pass. So keeping all thoughts of love, enthusiasm, we continue tirelessly on this return journey, because we will be reaching home very soon, and then we will go to our new world, our kingdom, beautiful family there. So just continue with your journey, and we all are together. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now we will have our two angels and we'll start our journey. But just to remind you all, today is Saturday. So we will have dear brother Eric also with us after that, and we will have chit chat with Mohini Didi. So stay back with us. Thank you. Welcome.
Step number 22, regain lost spiritual power.
On the morning of this next lesson, I wake early and decide to go for a walk. I find I do some of my best thinking when I'm walking. In the time that has passed since I experienced the maze, I have felt lighter and more content than at any time in memory. The inner battles with the vices and the storms of Maya seem to have subsided, and I have found myself moving easily through my days, seeing the events around me with remarkable clarity and knowing precisely what action to take in each moment. I follow a path that winds up a hill, a high hill, to a part of the garden where I have found my father before. When I arrive, I see that he is sitting cross-legged on a grassy knoll, facing away from me. He does not seem to have heard me come up, so I quietly circle around him at a little distance. I see that his eyes are open, but he doesn't exactly seem to be looking at anything on the horizon. It is as if he is looking at some inner scene. I sit down, not too far away, to wait for him to stir. In moments, he turns to me and smiles. I get up and move closer to him. He seems present now. His attention has left where it was, and it is now focused on me. He knows that I have been practicing Man Manapav, and I am excited to tell him how transformative it has been. He smiles and nods, saying he knew it would be valuable for me in those inner battles with Ravan and those moments of outer confusion when I am paralyzed by Maya and the choices in front of me.
It is time for your lesson, and today you will learn about Raja Yoga. You received spiritual power at the confluence age from the Father through having yoga with him. Power does not mean that you conquer your enemy through a physical battle or other forms of violence. No, you are nonviolent. The aim and objective of Raja Yoga is to become and to help others to become elevated human beings, self-sovereigns. You will win the battle over the vices of Ravan and the illusions of Maya with this spiritual power. I look at you and I see the soul. And you, the soul, also understands that the Supreme Soul, who is your Father, is seeing you. I see my long lost and now found child. I look at the eternal and original stages of the soul. I look at the soul with a spiritual vision. This is called yoga. It is I, the teacher, the Supreme Father, who teaches you Raj Yoga. I am the ocean of love and the bestower of happiness. You receive so much happiness from me. I am the ocean of knowledge. I am giving knowledge to you, and your memory is awakening. I am teaching you knowledge and yoga. And it is through these teachings that you remember who you are, who I am, and your role in this world drama. Unless you have the faith that you are a soul, you are unable to remember this. The knowledge of Raj Yoga is for the whole world. You are a student and you are called a Raj Yogi. A Raj Yogi is one who is an embodiment of 3 types of awareness. Awareness of the self, awareness of the Father, and awareness of the knowledge of the world drama. This is a spiritual university. It is a university for the world. This is God's university. It is only at this time that God opens a spiritual university where everyone can study to become elevated human beings. At no other time is there such a university. This is also called a school for souls who come to study to become self-sovereign. The character of a person can be seen from what that person studies. This study makes your character divine. When you study this knowledge, your character is molded accordingly. Everyone has the right to study this knowledge. It can only be received at the confluence age. I, the ocean of knowledge, am having a heart-to-heart conversation with you. This study is unlimited. So pay a lot of attention to what you are studying. You should study regularly. I give you new and deep points every day. You have to study this knowledge accurately and with discipline. The more effort you make to imbibe the knowledge, the more benefit you experience. Those who have faith in their intellect and study race ahead. The practical proof of this knowledge is your life. Continue to study for as long as you live and do not get tired. Understand very clearly the difference between knowledge and yoga. To study, understand, and speak is to be knowledgeable. To practice yoga on the basis of experimenting with knowledge is to be powerful. Being powerful is to imbibe this knowledge and to be the embodiment of what you know. The contrast between knowledge and yoga should be very clear in your intellect. When I say, remember me, that is not knowledge. It is my direction to be in union with me and to be in relationship with me. Yoga means remembrance of the seed. Knowledge means to know details of the world genealogical tree.
There is so much depth in every word he speaks. I now know how important this study and practice of Raj Yoga is. I make a commitment to myself that I will study this knowledge and practice remembrance every day.
So I'd like to welcome Sister Deborah from Brazil. Om Shanti, Deborah.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So
Om
nice to have you.
Shanti, everyone. Thank you.
So Deborah, listening to Baba talking about the power of yoga, the study of knowledge, when you came to Baba, was there one of those, were you more attracted to the knowledge or to the yoga, or was it really both, that attracted you? Because what I'd like to understand, Baba's talking about the distinctions between the two, but I don't think we are all attracted to both at the same time with the same intensity. So was there some kind of attraction that you had to one over the other, or was it both?
Well, for me, I think it was a balance of the two, because yoga gave me a sense of protection, a lot of peace, and so that was very important for me. And knowledge gave me clarity. So when I first went to the center, I felt that this knowledge, whatever is saying here, whatever these people are saying, is so clear that I never had it before. And before, it was, I used to think this world has no solution for it. No solution. No way to have peace, to have love, to have anything in here, but what to do, no? I didn't have any religious background. So to have that experience of Baba in my life was really something very new and impacting. And I was really surprised when I first spoke the word Baba so naturally and just in the first days. And I didn't have anything connected to religion or religious thinking, nothing. So when I said Baba, that I was scared because, why am I saying Baba, Ben, and Bai so naturally, because the intention of the experience, it was tremendous. So for one side, there was a lot of experience in yoga, and on the other side, the experience of the clarity of knowledge. That was really something that gave me a lot of peace also.
You had shared with me earlier when we spoke something, what happened to you when you heard the knowledge of the cycle?
Oh, yes. Generally, people become a bit confused about the cycle, no? It takes time for them to accept in a general way. But for me, it was instant. I like it a lot. I love the knowledge of the cycle, because not only the knowledge of the cycle, but the repetition of the cycle, because that gave me a vision of the whole, and that I could have the control of it. You know, I know the beginning, the middle, and the end. The beginning, the middle, and the end. There will not be any other thing that is out, you know, of my understanding or control. So that was very nice for me. I was so happy.
No, well,
And it is even difficult to understand why this struggle sometimes, you know. It was incredible.
well, that's very interesting to think about. You know, the cycle giving us a feeling of being in control. I thought that was a very unique understanding that you gained from that. So thank you so much for sharing it. And we will.
You know what else? You know what else? May I add something?
Sure.
Yeah. That helped me to deal with my attachments. The awareness that it is going to repeat at that time helped me to deal with my attachments, that I will not miss or lose anything. It is all there, you know?
Yeah, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Okay, so thank you so much for joining tonight.
Thank
we look forward
you.
to seeing you tomorrow evening. Thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Thank
Shanti.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
very
Sister
much.
Julia.
That was lovely. I really enjoyed your perspective. Very clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so I know that we have our chit chat with Sister Mohini this evening. And so let's have our godly homework, our quest for tomorrow. So for Godly Dawn, our Amrit Vela, I am a Raj Yogi soul who is receiving pure spiritual power from God. And as we travel through our day for our traffic control, in remembrance, while experimenting with a point of knowledge, I become powerful. And for our night reflection, our chart, understand very clearly the difference between knowledge and yoga. How can I improve my study and practice of Raj Yoga? What is my commitment to make this happen? So that is our reflection and our practice for tomorrow evening. And again, we can write 8 words that describe our experience of that practice, or we can choose one word and draw a picture around it, an illumination. Thank you. Good night, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much, sisters. Especially welcome to Sister Deborah. Om Shanti. Now let's start our Avyakti journey. Welcome to Avyakti journey. Avyakti Parivar Chit Chat, sharing from the heart that touches the heart. So I'd like to welcome our dear brother, Eric. Welcome.
Om Shanti, Mohini Didi, and greetings of love to each and every one. Always lovely to be back every Saturday evening. So thank you for having me with you. Always very, very nice, Sister Mohini. And I was thinking that, last week we had chit chat on the tree. So I thought that this week we can have chit chat in the room of the alchemist. And when you mentioned earlier that this is the return journey, and we're going back, I heard a few people asking questions this week about this notion of alloy in the soul and how we get alloy, from in silver, copper, iron. And sometime when we go back, Baba says you haven't even reached your copper aged stage or your silver aged stage. So I was wondering if you want to have chit chat on this question of alloy. What is it? How we remove it? How to, what is your view on? Sometimes Baba talks about purifying the soul, increasing the power, returning to sovereignty. But this alloy is there in the soul. What are your thoughts about alloy and removing it in the soul?
Mm. Yeah, actually, every birth, no, we do actions and then sanskars are created. And then while doing actions, the quality of actions, when the quality of actions are rajoguni, so the alloy of those sanskars are within the soul, and then we come down, then it's, first is copper age, then iron age. But from very beginning of golden age, like changing the body, because body is like ornament, right? So from gold making ornament, so little alloy is added, and then every birth, then another birth, the 16 or 14 karat gold is not 14 karat because it has been, birth after birth. Alloy of is more like the degrees of purity reduce every birth. But there is not major change in golden age and silver age. It's very, very slight because all the actions are viceless. There are no karmic accounts created. There is no negativity. Even if there is very gradual decline in the degrees, or that means little alloy is getting mixed every time. But it is towards the end of silver age that when the decline has reached to a point or alloy, that body consciousness begins. And it's so interesting, body consciousness at that time will not be, it's not we won't be aware. We won't be aware of body consciousness, nor there will be any vices. No pull of sense organs to get into physical enjoyment, or there is no pull of the body, one's own body, or looking at each other. There's still a lot of purity there. And then, of course, when body consciousness then decline, so our actions then begins of body consciousness and attachment, losing my entity, identifying more with the material matter, and then, of course, the more and more alloy. So alloy is actually of the quality of actions we do. That means when there is like anger begins, and now in Iron Age, there is, very, very mafia type of anger. It changes into violence. And so then we call it like there is so much alloy of those actions that we call it as iron. So iron, silver, metallic, names of the metals have been used. But if we just think what is silver alloy, what is copper alloy, so I don't think we need to think in those terms of metals. But comparison is given that the value reduces, decline is there, and from copper then iron. Iron is the cheapest dark color metal. So I think so now. Actually, it's very, very interesting to look into that when there is alloy, our thoughts are mixed. Some thoughts are like not very good, like Kali thoughts. Some thoughts are mixed thoughts, pure, impure, and then keep improving. There is more pure. And Satoguni means only pure thoughts. So this is how when alloy is removed, and that is through remembrance. Sometimes I sit with Baba and with this whole concept of that yoga is a fire and I have to purify. So I sit with Baba, and as I am really totally merged in Baba's love, I do feel something is melting, maybe so I feel it's like alloy is melting and my feelings are changing, and there is very, very deep feelings of complete purity. So that percentage keep increasing. And morning time is very good when you really could ignite this fire of yoga and say, I have to burn. So the traces from yesterday or something I've taken to my heart, something I'm holding, I want to burn it completely and just be a pure gold with no alloy. So that could be a good experience also in the morning.
You seem referring to alloy that comes from yesterday. So there's different kind of alloys, maybe some that are very old in the soul, and some that are just trying to regain a little bit of ground on the soul that we need to clean every day, right?
Some even we might not know, but it's only when you burn the fire and you sit in that fire or put soul into that fire, then you start feeling that what is being removed. It's like, it's just, you could feel that was somewhere, I said, from recent past, some could be from very old. And same is like, even with karmic accounts, some we know could be recent karmic accounts, and some are very, very old ones, old sanskars. So I think that, yes, it's all together, new and old.
So when Baba mentions that you haven't reached, we have heard that, I think, a few weeks ago, he said, maybe you haven't reached your silver aged stage yet. So we're going backwards and removing the alloy, going from iron to copper, silver. How do we know if we're going to get stuck in the silver and not make it to the gold? What will be the sign that we change from silver to gold? When do you get your gold medal, basically? What's the difference between getting a gold medal and a silver medal?
I think everyone knows that, right? In the beginning, we used to get silver badge, right? And then some got gold, and we said, oh, how come we're not we going to get gold ones? And then one day I know Dadi Janki said, oh, silver one gets so black, so why we give, and then we have to give everyone gold. So time came when everyone got gold. Yeah, of course, there is always this thought. I think that Sato Pradhan stage is where the thoughts, the power, the energy of the thoughts is very high quality, When I say high quality, that it radiates, it has such powerful vibrations that it can also purify. It's not only I am becoming pure, but I can also help in purifying. And you can talk to matter, nature, with the souls in that stage. And I think we are crossing the border, right? This word of sometimes, which Baba doesn't like also, that sometimes Sato, sometimes Rajo. Before I used to say we are on the borderline of Sato and Rajo, but now I say that we are on the border of Sato and Sato Pradhan. Very little more is required for purity, complete purity. We are even in very subtle form, any doubt or uncertainty, insecurity, or anything which very subtly arises. If when we will be able to overcome that also, that we are moving towards golden, gold badge or golden or Sato Pradhan state. So if we keep the thought, I have to be Sato Pradhan, that means totally Sato, not only Sato, but climax of purity. And I think through remembrance of Baba, doing elevated karma yoga, all these different ways, we are moving towards our Sato Pradhan stage. When I came in knowledge, because I had certain, not interest on many things. So Mama used to say, you are Sato Guni soul. So I used to feel happy that she's telling me that. So then I thought, oh, that's so good. I have to go. Now, only one step becomes Satopradhan. But also, lot of our, there was one brother, he always used to say, when I describe about peaceful age or anything, he said, you will always get all these beautiful places because you are Satoguni. So when 2-3 people said it, then I realized that how Satogun, creates, or you get whatever is from the Sato energy. Then I said, oh, but I have to use this more for Baba's task, but also I have to become Sato Pradhan. So I really believe that if we pay little bit attention on, as soon as there is any thought we feel is not of that quality, just change it, just remove it, or start thinking of Baba so that purification can happen. So little traces can be easily removed. We can call it alloy. Okay?
Well, you seem very fortunate. We've been listening carefully, and it seems to me that when you started this life, your life, you skipped iron and copper alloy. I don't know how you did, but you started straight from Satoguni stage. And so what was your experience of going in the return journey like this, removing alloy? Do you feel that there was almost nothing to remove, or it was just very little? And was there a turning point where you felt from that silver to that gold? Or I don't even dare talking about iron and copper. It seems like you missed those return journey.
I think that somewhere each one of us has that quality, but to make it consistent is more important. Each one of us know our goodness, like I'm a kind person, I'm compassionate, or I don't think bad about anyone. Even before Gyan, it's not everyone had bad vicious nature or to curse anyone, Some of us always thought that, like for me, I thought everyone should be happy because even if one person at home is not happy, then whole house is, like heavy energy. So charitable heart and kindness and all that. I think we all have those qualities, but somewhere with the struggle with Maya, we lose those qualities and we start questioning, should I be kind like this, even if the result you don't see? But, if I believe in karmas, then I have to keep sowing the seed. I don't have to worry about what's the result because I know that every seed will, when reap, will definitely have beautiful fruits. So I think we all have those qualities. It's only question of making them consistent and believe in them. Always trust your principles. Always trust your goodness, Sometimes we doubt our goodness. It's not going to work. If I'm so honest in this world, it's not going to work, right? But I know if I'm not honest, I'm in trouble. Some people think that if we are honest, we are in trouble. For me, I feel even if anything I say in words, which I know that I use forcefully, it troubles me more than to whom I said. So then I realized that, it is always to have this trust on the goodness within the self, which could be Satogun.
Briefly, just a few minutes left, but Baba often mentioned that if there is this sanskar of struggling, you mentioned earlier mixing, like mixed thoughts. But for many, I think Satopradhan stage is getting there. But I think some may feel sometimes that there's still a little bit of conflict, in their mind. Does that mean they will only claim silver badge and silver ring and silver crown and silver throne, or will they get also to the gold ones?
Like Dadi Janki said, everyone should get gold. So I'm sure everyone will get it. Once there is realization that the way sometimes you say things which I find sometimes are very forceful. But if that soul thinks that if someone says same way to me, how will I feel? And saying things in a way where trying to kind of, breaking the trust of that soul or confidence of the soul, not realizing that I am doing that. But I notice a lot that happens, and I just feel like, it has to change. So I think this change will happen. It's only happen then when there is some big thing happen in the life. Sometimes people, their body gets sick, or they find their energy is getting lower. So then they realize there must be something in their sanskars which they have to change. And if they will change it, then the body will function completely in a different way. So I think that drama will take us there. Baba is definitely taking us there. So realization and learning will bring a lot of transformation. And I always believe in that. That's what when Dadi Janki said, don't lose your bhavana. So I always say, let's see that person the way Baba look at every one of us. I think that will definitely help the soul. So keeping bhavana takes us beyond many, many things, I really like this little, versions of Dadi Janki were so beautiful. That don't get tired, don't get fed up, don't change your bhavana. So definitely we all will get gold badge. We all otherwise we all have to be together and we will go to golden age, Sato Pradhan world. So definitely we all will get gold badge. If you don't have it, you tell me, I will give you. Because I am celebrating 80th birthday. I haven't thought much, but definitely one thought I had that Baba's every child should get gold badge.
You see, sometimes I ask you a question and I know you will offer, knowledge and wisdom, but your specialty has not turned into making knowledge into blessings. So when asking for explanation about how to make sure we get to the golden stage, I think we all get the blessing now. We all reach and have the golden badge. So thank you for making the last step of the journey back easy. And good news for everyone, we'll all get gold badge. So we'll be prepared in many ways and we'll reach the golden stage very, very quickly. So thank you for your thoughts and your blessings.
Yeah, something, badge or ring or some token, everyone will get.
I have badge and ring. I'm missing the crown, so maybe we can have the crown.
Okay.
Thank you, Mohini Didi. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you. Good night.
Om Shanti. So it's a big project now, right? To getting a gold badge. Anyway, once Didi has Bhavana, Baba will fulfill. Thank you very much, Brother Eric. It was nice sharing and chat tomorrow, but let's remember Baba. Take drishti, share drishti, and please turn on your videos.
Om Shanti. Good night. And yes, everyone will become Sato Pradhan, right? Om Shanti. Good night.